Okay, so this is actually kind of a crazy one. As you can see, we are here in Minecraft, and what I thought I'd do over the next course of this week is just kind of showcase the mods that I'm going to be using in an upcoming series for the channel. So, as you guys know, I have been heavily involved with Roblox over the past year, and I have tried to delve into Minecraft before. However, I feel like this is now the time to break through, and what I'm going to be heading and doing is making a Minecraft modded survival series, just to have something different on the channel, and obviously to kind of keep things fresh. So what I thought I'd do over the course of this week is show off the mods that I will be using in this series. And however, this mod that we have here right now doesn't exactly have a mod that I will be using. However, I genuinely thought this mod needed to have a video done on it, because this thing is absolutely crazy. So without this villager staring right at the back of my head, we're going to go straight into it. So this is called the shrink mod, and obviously it does exactly what it says. This is a personal shrinking device, as you can see here. Now, it doesn't exactly look anything special, as you can see. However, if we go ahead and actually open it, we actually get this brand new kind of UI thing here that has this little thing here that has numbers that go all the way down from 0.2 all the way up to 10. So yeah, basically we're just going to go ahead right now and reset it back down to what it was at before at 1.0. And we go ahead and actually, if we hold shift and then left click, basically what that does is it whoops without opening my inventory. That basically means that we then change size. Now obviously the size of 1 isn't exactly anything different, because we are actually sized 1 right now. However, without opening the inventory again, if we go ahead and turn this up to maybe 2.0, and then we go ahead and then shift and left click, as you can see, we've become basically 2 times bigger. And it also does change the way that we actually see in first person as well. So in terms of going through this door right now, yeah, we basically can't because we're too big. And in terms of actually comparing ourselves to the villagers, as you can see, we are absolutely massive compared to these things. Now obviously, well, they are actually kind of running away, it seems, but obviously I can't exactly do anything much different compared to when I was smaller. And what you can actually go ahead and do is, if we go back and shrink ourselves down by shift and left click, right click even once more, we go ahead and stop opening our inventory and go ahead and open this. We can actually obviously change this down to 0.2, and this is where it gets crazy. So if we go ahead and do this, shift and then right click again, look how small we have become. And we're even smaller now than the little bits of grass in the world. And as you can see, you can hardly see me. In terms of my eyes, they kind of glitch in and out just because they're so small. And yeah, as you can see, we are absolutely tiny right now. We're basically not even half a block tall. Obviously, we can still jump up blocks, thankfully. And if we go ahead and try and find our way up to some more villagers again, without trying to glitch through the floor, even this cat right here, as you can see, we are actually smaller than the cat, which is absolutely crazy. In terms of the villagers, these things are absolutely massive. So yeah, even coming up to here now to the iron golem, as you can see, the iron golem looks absolutely giant right now. But before we end up getting sidetracked with any sorts of just crazy small tiny things, we can also actually go ahead and use this on the mobs. So I think the iron golem is definitely a perfect thing to use it on. So obviously, to shrink ourselves, we need to do shift and right click like so. However, you can actually shrink mobs with this thing as well by shift and left clicking. And as you can see, the iron golem has now become absolutely tiny, which is just insane. Now, obviously, it's a little bit glitched out. As you can see, it's kind of floating around. However, yeah, this thing is now basically the smallest it can possibly be in the game. We can obviously then go ahead and make it normal size. Now, one thing that I do actually want to test out is the iron golem still the same strength when it is absolutely tiny? So what I need to go ahead and do right now is change myself over to game mode survival, just like so. I need to come over to this thing right now, and I'm not too sure if this thing's even going to work, seems though. Yeah, I don't even have any power in this, so I need to actually go back to creative real quick, because I don't actually have any power in this thing right now. Just shrink this thing down real quick. go back up to survival, and then we need to find a villager to hit, or maybe we can just go ahead and hit the iron golem actually. So if we hit this thing and we get thrown up into the air, yeah, the iron golem is still the exact same strength as before, and I am now nowhere near the village because that village was thousands of blocks away from the spawn. But yeah, as you can see, it is definitely crazy. Obviously, it doesn't exactly change anything in terms of the actual mobs and their hit strength and stuff, or the hearts or anything. But let's go ahead and get back our shrinking device real quick. And there's one last thing that I actually want to show you guys. And we're going to go ahead and actually get a creeper egg right now and spawn in just a couple creepers just to see what this thing actually looks like. Now, these trees might get in the way a little bit, so what I'm going to go ahead and do real quick is just quickly go ahead and find a bit more. Well, here we go, never mind, we've already found a bit more of an open area. So we're going to go use this little bit of a desert area, very random small desert area as you can see. We're going to go ahead and spawn this creeper in right now, and we're going to go ahead and open our shrinking device, and we're going to whack this all the way up to the max like so. Now, I am terrified for what this thing is going to look like, but let's go ahead and boom. Oh my goodness, that is a ginormous creeper, and you would not want to mess around with that thing. Now, as you can see, this thing is definitely a lot bigger, basically 10 times bigger as you can see. Thankfully, I am in creative mode right now, but yeah, as you can see, this thing is absolutely massive. Now, obviously, as we said before, it doesn't exactly seem like it affects the things in terms of hitboxes and in terms of things like, well, as you can see, we can't exactly hit it properly right now. So it doesn't exactly affect things like hitboxes and stuff like that. However, I just kind of want to see what it's going to do in terms of actually blowing up anyway. So if we go ahead and actually go back to survival real quick, obviously it's not going to spot me from all the way over here. But yeah, as you can see, this thing is still pretty big, and I don't think, oh, there we go, I think it's finally spotted me. And see how close it actually needs to get to me right now. This thing is absolutely terrifying. So, yeah, if we're going to go ahead, as you can see, it does actually phase through the trees. Let's go ahead and come back over to this open area right now and just let it explode. It's going to be basically right on top of us, as you can see. And yeah, it is kind of anticlimactic, as you can see. Obviously, it would be a lot better if the explosion was obviously 10 times bigger as well. However, it's still a really cool mod, and obviously if you do get this on a server with some of your friends, you can definitely fool around with them. Obviously, if I go back now to creative real quick, and I just make myself 10 times bigger, as you can see, this thing is crazy right now, and the roles have been reversed. I am now much bigger than the creepers themselves. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's definitely a lot harder to hit things. I'm basically too big and too far away to actually hit anything whatsoever, I think. So, yeah, as you can see, we're not exactly going to do much when we're absolutely massive. But, yeah, in terms of also going into third person, basically can't see anything. But, yeah, this is definitely a crazy mod. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.